Hi guys, Jen from Modified Macros here, and today I'm going to talk to you about cyclonic keto, or keto carb cycling as it's sometimes called. I'm going to go over why you would do it, when you would do it, and how you would do it. Okay, so cyclonic keto, or what is sometimes called keto carb cycling, comes from the decades-old idea of carb cycling from nutritionists, dietitians, athletic trainers, bodybuilders, fitness models. It's something that's been used for decades. The idea behind traditional carb cycling is that you have a few days, maybe two, where you have low carb eating, and then one day where you go a higher carb. Then you continue to alternate. People find different times to do it. Some people do 2-1, some people do 3-2. That's how carb cycling works. Now, when it comes to the ketogenic diet, that wouldn't work in that way. You couldn't do 2 days keto, 1 day carbs, 2 days keto, 1 day high carbs. You're just gonna wind up eating the standard American diet if you do that. But in the ketogenic world, you can do a cyclonic keto diet, which is where you have 1 refeed day per week. And it works fantastic for me, and it works well for others as long as you are doing it correctly. It is extremely important, if you are considering doing a cyclonic keto diet, that you are already fat adapted. That is essential. That is where you are going to see your results. So I didn't start mine until I was 90 days into my keto journey. I knew from day one, my nutritionist told me we will be doing a cyclonic keto diet 90 days into this process. You were usually fat adapted between 30 and 60 days. We went 90 because I have Hashimoto, so I have an autoimmune disorder. My metabolism and my body is compromised, so we just wanted to make sure. But you can usually start somewhere between 30 and 60 days as long as you know for sure you are fat adapted. If you don't know, wait the 90 days. So why would I do cyclonic keto? Well, I do it mostly for 2 reasons. The first and biggest reason that I do it is I have a compromised thyroid. So when you do low carb for a certain amount of time, you are starving your adrenals and your thyroid. Your adrenals and your thyroid need carbohydrates to produce their hormones. And sometimes people with those compromised systems will see less results during keto and wonder what's going on, and it's because you are hindering your thyroid's production. So my endo and my primary care were very, very serious about the fact that I was going to have to add a refeed day in. My thyroid needs it. It is compromised. However, lots of other people use cyclonic keto and get these same results. You have a day where you go up in your carbs, your body is fueled, your adrenals are fueled, your thyroid is fueled with these extra carbs, and then you drop right back down, and it causes your body to kind of do a shock like when you first started keto. A lot of times fat cells will release their water, you'll get a whoosh effect. This is why it is so widely used by bodybuilders and fitness models that they do it the week of competition, because they have one day where they kind of go off their meal plan and then they go right back on, and the body responds quickly to that. That's why being fat adapted is important. That's how your body responds quickly. So that's my first reason, to refeed my adrenals, to refeed my thyroid. My second reason is failure mentality. And let me tell you real quick what that is. If you are somebody who is a chronic yo-yo dieter, if you've constantly jumped from meal plan to meal plan, from diet to diet, and you're always like nothing works, this is most likely why. You probably have failure mentality, and here is how it works. Let's say you are strict keto, you've listened to everyone on the internet, you know that this is the best way to go. But Thursday night, your friends throw you a surprise party and you eat cupcakes. You're gonna wake up Friday morning with failure mentality. You just failed. You messed up your keto diet. It's already messed up. So most likely, if you have failure mentality, Friday you're gonna be off meal plan too, because it's already ruined. And then Saturday and Sunday are gonna come, and you're gonna go, well, I already messed up Thursday, I already messed up Friday, what's the harm? I'm just gonna restart on Monday. So you are gonna spend Saturday and Sunday eating everything under the sun that you felt like you weren't allowed to have on keto. You're gonna have all the bad, right? And Monday's gonna come, and one of 3 things is gonna happen. Number 1, you're gonna be one of the people who decides, you know what? Keto's too hard. It's too hard, I feel too restricted. This weekend I had fun, I'm not doing it anymore. 2, you're gonna start with keto, but by the middle of the day, you're gonna be like, you know what, there's a taco truck outside. I've kind of already been bad. maybe I'll start again next week. Maybe I'll start again tomorrow. And then every Monday becomes a start again Monday. And by Wednesday, you're never there. You're restarting. That's not gonna keep you on keto either. That's a failure mentality. Or 3, you're one of the few people who can do that for 4 days or 3 days or for the whole weekend, and you come back strong on Monday and you stick with keto again, and it's another 3 months before you have one of these. But most likely you're gonna be person 1 or person 2. And if it sounds like I'm talking to you directly, it's because I was that person. Do you know how many times I've said, I'll start over on Monday? And then on Monday I'd start strong, and by Thursday I was right back to failure mentality. But cyclonic keto takes that away because we know we're getting a day where we have higher carbs. We know it's coming. We planned for it. So when I have mine is on Saturday. So when I have my higher day on Saturday, when I wake up Sunday, I'm not like, oh my gosh, my diet's done, totally failed, throw it all away. I wake up Sunday and go, I feel great. I had a good day yesterday. It's right back to business now. And my body gets used to that because I have a planned day where I know I'm going a bit off of my normal meal plan. It's not failure mentality. I'm not going, well, I'm gonna start again Monday. I know what I'm doing Saturday. I know what's gonna happen Sunday. So it's easy for me to stay on it. Plus, having that carb up day, having that refeed day allows me to feel like I'm living. A lot of the reason that people fall off of keto or cheat on keto is because they have FOMO, right? You're missing out on all those favorite things that you used to have. But with cyclonic keto, you can work up to having 1 cheat meal a month. That's what I suggest you guys. If you are in weight loss mode, only give yourself 1 cheat day a month, but you're gonna have a day where you're still going 50 to 100 net carbs. If you're on maintenance, you can do it every week. There are a lot of people who have cheat meals once a week that are fully fat adapted, that have been on keto for a long time, that have hit their goal weight, and they can do that. But if you are trying to lose, plan 1 off, plan completely cheat. The rest of the Saturdays, the other 3, we're just gonna go between 50 and 100 net carbs. I promise you, it's still gonna feel like a cheat. So how do I do this? Like I was just saying, 1 day a week, and mine is Saturdays, I go between 50 and 100 net carbs, but I'm still eating keto foods. Or I'm eating keto fringe foods. And what I mean by that is it's foods that would be keto friendly, but because they're a little too high in carbs, they don't fit a daily macro if you're trying to stick between that 20 net carb limit, right? But now I'm over doubling that by going to 50. So we're gonna start by going to 50 and work our way up to going between 50 and 100. So I'm talking things like baked sweet potatoes, butternut squash, some of those keto foods that normally are just a little too high carb. They are keto friendly, they are grain free, but you can't have them because they're higher carbs. These days you get to indulge in those. So let me show you really quick what one of my typical days on keto looks like, and then what my refeed day looks like. So you get a really good idea of what I mean by keto cheats. That's what I call them. About how I go between 50 and 100 net carbs.
For my regular macro day, for breakfast this week, I had keto pumpkin chocolate chip bread, and I had that with a cup of coffee with half of my keto cream. And then every single day in between breakfast and lunch, I have my exogenous ketones. For me, that is what helps me every day. And then for lunch, I had keto pizza with roasted cauliflower. My snack for the day consisted of smoked olives, blue cheese stuffed olives, and pickled vegetables. I have a second cup of coffee in the afternoon with my other half of my keto cream. And then for dinner this day, I had grilled asparagus with eggs, hollandaise, and rendered ham. And my total carbs for this day was 23 of the 26 net that I am allowed. So I didn't hit my cap for that. For my high carb day, I started with keto donut muffins. And then I had a cup of keto cream coffee. With that, I actually had 2 cups of coffee. And then I had my exogenous ketones again, because I do have them every single day. Lunch we had on the go, it was a Caesar salad, no croutons with steak. That was 9 net carbs. I found these gummy bears I've always been excited to try, and these were 2.5 net carbs for half of a packet. I had 2 glasses of wine. That was 8 net carbs right there. And then my dinner was this humongous plate of nachos. You guys can't see it, but it is actually huge. And under all that are these keto chips that normally I can't have because there's about 10 carbs in those. So this was 23 net carbs for this nachos. And my day ended with me being at 50 net carbs exactly.
Okay, So now that you guys kind of get an idea of what that looks like, you can see how I have days where it just feels like I'm cheating, but I'm not. I wake up in ketosis almost every time, and if I don't, I am in ketosis by Sunday afternoon. It is extremely important when you guys are doing this that you pick one refeed day. And when you pick that day, you can move it around, but that's it, you still only get one. So if something happens on a Wednesday night where your coworkers take you out and you have a cauliflower crust pizza that's it's keto friendly, but it's a little too high in carbs normally, and you're like, it's okay, today will be my refeed day, then Saturday comes around, you don't get to have another one. Make sure you plan them if you're gonna do planned cheats. I already have my cheats planned. I know in October, I'm gonna have donuts and cider. Could I make it keto friendly? Probably. But this is my first time being able to share pumpkin picking day with my 20-month-old son. I get to take him out. It's a family tradition. I don't want to let it go. People, if you feel like that, make this work. I modify my keto diet to my lifestyle so I can do it. If I was always saying no to things and restricting myself, and when the holidays came around, I know I would fall off. But because of this, I won't. I can have grandma's cookies for Christmas. I can have my Thanksgiving cornbread stuffing. I can have cake on birthdays. I can have these things because I'm planning for them. So I know that I'm going to have those days. So I plan those in, and I really look forward to them. It's kind of sad. But if you are like me and you love food, you will look forward to them too. On my other days, I just know that I'm gonna be able to go up in carbs. So that's days where I might enjoy a glass or two more of wine. It's days where I might enjoy my other keto foods. But when I do this, it makes it so I don't have FOMO. It makes it so I can still enjoy what I'm having, but you only get to pick one. So for example, this year, my birthday is the day before Thanksgiving. So I'm not gonna have cake on my birthday and then the next day go into Thanksgiving. I only get one, so I have to choose wisely. It's gonna be Thanksgiving, you guys. I'm just gonna roll it over. So that is how it works. Cyclonic Keto has been instrumental in me being able to stay on the ketogenic diet for 6 months. I have lost over 45 pounds. I have kept it off. I have gone from maintenance mode to non-maintenance mode to losing, all with keeping my cyclonic in. I feel better. It mentally helps support me. It makes me feel like I can still have a normal life. And it's the same as you would do with a normal clean eating diet, right? You'd only get 1 or 2 cheats anyways on those. So this is really showing you moderation. So that is my advice for Cyclonic Keto Diet. It is something I suggest. I know a lot of people on the internet do not, because they think that people don't have willpower, because they think that it'll make you fall off the keto plan. For me, it's been the only thing that helps keep me on it, both mentally and physically. So if you guys have any more questions, of course, you can always come visit me in my Facebook group at Modified Macros. You can also drop comments below. Tell me if you're on a cyclonic keto diet, if it's working for you. Tell me if you've tried it, but you've had problems. I can probably help troubleshoot you. If you are like me and you have a compromised thyroid, or you have an autoimmune where you have a lot of systemic inflammation and you're wondering why keto isn't working for you, please reach out to me. I probably have information that can help you. Of course, I am not a doctor, I am not a nutritionist, but I am working with a doctor, a nutritionist, and an endo right now. I have 3 people in my corner that are helping me along, and I want to share that advice with you. I want to share what has worked for me with you guys. So any questions or comments, please put them below, and I will get back to you guys